And welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing about Bitcoin for today and for tomorrow. So many events. So there's going to be a short video to show you exactly what to look for. Very important. So let's cut the chase and let's dive in. Straight away, I'm going to show you what's going to be happening tomorrow, guys. FOMC meeting and also GDP. Very important event, which are going to dictate whether we're going to continue to go higher or are we going to have a more sustained correction. What is going to be the catalyst to have a correction? Number one is going to be the GDP coming probably in line to the expectation or a little bit higher. And the second one is going to be the Federal Reserve not cutting interest rates. Jerome Powell being very hawkish, saying, I'm not going to cut rates. And also very important, bear in mind on Wednesday, we're also going to have the crypto report conference by Donald Trump, and he's going to talk about crypto. Every time he's done that, has been a sell the news event. So really brace for impact, be careful, and I'm going to show you more. And of course, guys, if you want to trade with high accuracy with a very good non-KYC exchange, I recommend you our partner BLOODBATH. So many trading pairs. There's a link in the description to get into. And also, guys, remember that yesterday we had a drop. So the good thing is you can always trade the market when it goes up and down. Like, for example, in our VIP yesterday, we went and, I made a 51% on Solana, only 30% of my position. So overall, I close around 22% in just a day. You can see, of course, the call coming from here. Everything is documented. Resistance zone 195 and 198. And so, of course, so many more. And also one of my pro trader calls, Jeremy, doing AVE long. That's how it's called. Now in profit. So guys, if you want high accuracy trading calls, analysis every single day of your favorite altcoins at request, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana every day, as well as altcoins long term, those who are going to perform well into the upcoming alt season. And also now we are dropping, guys. Do you know what we're going to drop? If you know, good on you. But if you don't know, guys, on the VIP, we're going to know when to buy the right dip. So VIP, guys, link in the description with the trader as well as our trading results. You will not regret it. And also it's month by month, no lock-in contract. But now, BTC, guys, that's the situation. So right now we're basically into this amazing, beautiful channel. And what's going to be happening is going to be the following. If you're going to have some bearish news tomorrow about the FOMC, where, I don't know, or Donald Trump is going to say something about this crypto strategic reserve that the markets are not going to like, what I could be seeing is going to be a drop at the previous level of all-time high, which also corresponds, as you can see it here, to the first level of Fibonacci retracement. Why am I saying we're going to go down? Well, it's difficult to say that we're going to go down. Nobody knows. But at the same time, if we're about to go and have a drop down to this area around, I would say 112,000 to 113,000, in my opinion, probably will be an area where we're going to see a quite significant rebound. So I'm saying, like, I'm not going to say to buy to anybody. It's not financial advice, but that's what I could be expecting. Why? Because this, for example, the stock market is basically inflated, is overextended. Altcoins now are fluctuating a little bit, and that's the reason why we have to be a little bit careful. So what could be happening right now, in my opinion, could be maybe a straight drop down to here like that, touching the 112, 113, and then to continue higher, or a fake out to go up this way, down again, and then the real movement to the upside. That's gonna basically what I'm looking for right now. Next one, guys, Ethereum as well. We are basically holding up on a hanging on the thread. What is actually quite interesting is that the market makers are really trying to play a very weird game right now, making everybody believe, we're going to continue to go higher. We're basically going, as you can see, right, we have these three angles, like, two angles, sorry, one angle coming this way, the other angle coming from here, and Ethereum is basically holding up, holding the line in this area. So if it's going to continue to hold the line, that's great. We could be seeing more continuation to the upside, but whenever we are going to break this area, then you can see the next level of support, guys, is coming here. Is coming down to here, which is sitting around 3,300 to 3,400. So what I could be expecting with ETH is going to be something like this. It's going to be probably big push to the upside. No, sorry, big push. I would say from this area like that. So it could be either a drop down to maybe 3,300, 3,400, and then continuation, or fake out, drop to here, and then a continuation to the upside. To me, it will be making sense. And why am I saying that? Well, weekly chart, you can see we are at a very strong level of resistance right now. Are we going to be able to break it straight away, or is more likely to have first of all, a little bit of a correction down like this, and then to continue. Well, I think this like option is going to be more valid. But at the same time, guys, we are in a very strong bull market. Things can be very irrational. Anything can happen. Very important. Next one I want to show you, very important as well, Solana. We are basically here. We're at this point here. I would say that if BTC is going to have a correction down to 112 to 113,000, what I could be expecting could be Solana to go back and retest this area around 165, 168, and then have a nice impulse again to the upside. But as I told you before, Solana has to go and close above $230 to be considered bullish, because right now we're basically still below this very important multi-week level of support. Is it going to do that? Well, certainly I believe Solana is one of the best coins and you should be able to do so. But what we have to be to have a confirmation will be to close above 220, 230, and then we could be seeing a change of trend and of course continuation to the upside, aka a new all-time high. Next one I want to show you, which is very important, is crypto total market cap, talking about a little bit about macro. So basically that's I would say one of the indicators that I'm looking at right now to consider, in my opinion, the end of this bull cycle, this bull market. So I can have a extension of Fibonacci coming from there, which is around $4.58 trillion, and I could be expecting the whole crypto total market cap to go and reach this area. So is it going to go straight, or are we going to see some bumps on the road? Of course, it could be some bumps on the road, and I will say that quite likely what I could be expecting from now, because we have been pumping like there is no tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a little bit of a sell-off, a little bit of a pullback, maybe going back down to 3.5, 3.6 before continuing to go higher, going down to here, and then have the final leg up, which could be coming actually as early as September. So that's why it's very exciting to see everything unfolding right now. But once you're going to go to this point here, it's going to be the cycle top, but I don't know, but it's going to be a point where I'm going to say, guys, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to sell probably 80% on my crypto. Next one I want to show you, very important as well, is Bitcoin dominance. Now we are basically at a very important level of diagonal resistance, support, sorry. So you can see there is a little bit of support from here. Bitcoin dominance, I think, wants to go a little bit higher. And if you're going to see a potential rebound from the Bitcoin dominance coming, let's say today, tomorrow, depending on what Jerome Powell is going to say, if it's going to be hawkish, then we're going to see the Bitcoin dominance coming up again. And of course, altcoins are going to bleed against BTC. BTC could be dropping as well. Remember that whenever Bitcoin dominance goes up, doesn't mean that Bitcoin goes up as well. Bitcoin can even bleed because it's all like irrelevant in between USDT dominance, Bitcoin dominance, and also altcoins. So that I could be seeing right now. If you lose this level, guys, it's over. I think it's probably going to be all season and then end of the cycle. So I'm basically done. But if you're going to see probably a reaction from here, like a rebound, then of course I could be seeing BTC correct down to 112, 113, then have the final parabolic run to 145, 150, and then we're going to see the all season, altcoins to go crazy. So next one I want to show you, very important as well, Bitcoin dominance, USDT dominance as well, quite of a frightening chart. And the reason being is because, as you can see from this point, guys, we haven't missed anything here. Like it looks perfect, like since July 2024 is following this pattern. So as you can see, the levels where the Bitcoin dominance was actually very low is until probably the end of August. So is this suggesting that at the end of the month, basically, we're going to be over with the bull market, or is this, going to change into something else? Well, I guess, right now it's been a very accurate fractal, but I guess we have to wait and see because fractals, are not the holy grail. Things could actually be changing very quickly. So next one, of course, total free as well. Total free, you can see very similar concept to what I said before about crypto total market cap. We had a nice retest around this area, but is this the retest, or are we going to see now a lower retest down to here, especially if BTC is going to go and drop as well, if it's going to drop to 112 to 113,000, and then we're going to see a continuation. But regardless, That's going to be my expectation. Probably continuation from here or little drop from this point, and then target for me medium term is going to be 145. Let's say like 1.5 to 1.6 trillion dollars for the altcoins, which they should be able, if they're going to go there, many altcoins they should be doing like 2x 3x from the current levels. And the last one I want to show you, very important, amongst with the stock market in a second, but also DXY, guys. DXY, as I told you before, we are a very multi-month level of resist support, and what we could be seeing from here is going to be potentially a reaction. As you can see from this point here, if the XY is going to go and reaccelerate, go back to 101, 102, it could be putting some pressure on crypto. Basically, we're going to observe like a little bit of a correction. And the last one, guys, the S&P 500, I mean, doesn't need any, I would say, any presentation, completely crazy, but at the same time, we are getting overextended. A little trick you can utilize to see, are we really overextended or there is much more room to go higher, like in a parabolic melt up, is to have a look as well at the volume footprint. We can see what's going on from here. Are we actually at a euphoria stage? What's going on from this point? Well, the last 2 weeks, guys, we had, first of all, we had a negative delta at 695 million, and today also we have a 263 million. So basically, this is suggesting that theoretically, the big boys have started to sell more than the buyers, and depending on what's going to be happening with the FOMC, we have to be a little bit careful, because if this is going to go down and correct short term, it could be dragging crypto down with it as well. And very, very quick, sorry, last thing I want to show you as well today, very important, guys. We're coming to a resolution with our US 10-year Treasury yield. If this one breaks to the upside, not good for crypto, not good for stocks. But if this one breaks to the downside, I think the crypto and stocks are going to go totally parabolic. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video for today. If you have a question, please leave a comment down below. But otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to give you also an update for tomorrow for the FOMC if anything changed. But you have a great day, and I'm going to see you soon.